Alright, so here's our pond. Oh, I don't know if you heard that. Frog just jumped in and squeaked when he jumped. Anyways, I had some questions to see if anybody who's watching this might be experienced, be able to tell us or give us some advice on what to do here. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of plants, especially that side. This whole thing looked like that side, and then we pulled all the plants out over here to try and clear it up. But our main worry about that is we at least had tadpoles, but you can tell the pond isn't very... Oh, there's a frog right there. I think they're northern green frogs. I don't know if that's the same as just green frogs, but anyways, the pond isn't very deep, and we've had probably 3 or 4 times the pond is pretty much completely dried out, and I don't know if that's killed off the tadpoles or if they're still here. We haven't seen them. And last time I saw them was actually after it dried out and we filled it back up, so there were at least a couple still alive, so I don't know if they're just somewhere in there. But since it's so shallow and it dries up so much, we want to get a liner and at least do this deeper end, because this part's a little deeper than, like, you can tell. I mean, it's still not very deep, but you can see it down there. Compared to over here, this end is pretty shallow. Like, I could probably stick my whole hand in there, and it wouldn't be, like, at some of the spots, I don't know if my hand would be completely in there. So, I was thinking to do a liner up to, like, this section here where this line is, and leaving this to grow plants and be a habitat for them. Because if we put a liner, it's not going to grow plants, but it's really hard to manage this because we don't know if there's any eggs or not, and we don't really want to disturb the tadpoles or hurt them if they are still in here. So we were just thinking overall, a liner would be a lot easier to be able to manage the pond, because we just have to worry about this side to try and keep down. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so my question was, if we do put a liner in here, will that hurt the tadpoles if they are still in here, or will that, like, make it, would we have to go in and, like, get all the water out and get the tadpoles out before we put a liner in, or can we just stick one in there after we, like, pull all the plants out and stuff? Because it'll also probably definitely help with the drainage issue. When it's really hot, this whole thing dries out in like a day. And we've had a few weeks ago when it dried out like 3 or 4 times. It was like every day. It'd be dried out when we come out in the morning. We'd fill it up. It'd be full all day. We'd come out the next morning and it was dry. Part of that was because I think we were somewhat in a drought. We have had some rain, but even this morning it was pretty low, and we have well water, so it's not like chlorinated water or anything. Yeah, so we just didn't really know about the liner thing. We knew it'd probably help with the drainage issue and hold water a little better, but I didn't know if that would hurt the tadpoles at all if they're still here by the time spring comes. And also, what kind of liners are the best if we are to do one? Because we dug this pond out last year, like later spring and early summer last year, and we had tadpoles last year and then had them again this year, but we haven't seen any more. And this end down here, the reason it's more shallow is because this has been here longer, but it came up to where this line is right here and over, basically. This had been here for a couple years, but it really wasn't that big, so we dug it out bigger so there'd be more of a place for frogs and the tadpoles to be. We never actually saw tadpoles before. That doesn't necessarily mean we didn't have them, but being in a bigger pond definitely helps us be able to see it. So yeah, this end has more like roots and stuff, so that's why I was thinking just leave this without the liner, because it grows plants a lot better than this end does. So figured it'd probably be a better kind of habitat for them plant wise over here, and then they'll have open water down here. Yeah, so if any of you guys are experienced and like actually know what to do in this type of situation, what we can do. Also, what looks like a liner down there is landscaping fabric to try and keep the plants out, but you can tell I didn't do a very good job of keeping it back enough from the fence, because there's still plants growing there, and all this gravel stuff we dug up and it was dirty, so all that dirt settled and it's just growing plants on there. Like, some of these plants are just growing on the surface underneath those rocks. But yeah, anyways, if you guys know anything on what to do about this, definitely like to hear your guys' input. That would definitely help in making our decision and what to watch out for, because we obviously don't want to hurt any of the frogs or tadpoles. We have quite a bit of frogs. Most of them are probably hiding right now, but there is still that one that's just sitting right there. But haven't seen the tadpoles. I don't know if they died or if they're just hiding, since they're probably older now. Hopefully they didn't die, but it is possible, since it did pretty much completely dry out a couple times. It had like a tiny bit of water, and it was, the algae was holding water, but there wasn't much like standing water in there for them. So, and that was kind of out of our control. It happened so fast, just overnight. So we wouldn't have been able to come out in the middle of the night and fill it unless we had an alarm set. So that was kind of crazy how fast it dried up. So again, that's why we're thinking about doing the liner, to help hold some of that water so this doesn't become a problem again. At least as much of a problem. There was another frog. Yeah, so if you guys know anything, just let us know, comment on this video, and we'd definitely be glad to see if you guys leave any input, if you know. And I might make another video trying to explain it better if this didn't make sense or was really repetitive. Or if you have any other questions, want more details, I can try and do that. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the comments then.